Okay, now I'm going over some information, and I'm just trying to figure out now. I mean, I don't know who his lawyer is, or did they have a sit down and talk about this? I'm talking about DJ Pat, Patrick Xavier Clark. Mr. Clark, we need to have a talk. Is Joe Clark from Lean on Me indicating to you, first of all? Second, if you needed an emergency passport, that means you have an emergency. Your lawyer is saying that you been knew you was going to Mexico, family vacation. So if you been knew you was going to Mexico, then what is this? What is that? Now, just because I'm not trying to be funny, right? I'm not gonna laugh. But if you been knew you was going out of town, you don't need no emergency passport. Mr. Patrick Clark, we need some answers. We need some answers. We're gonna talk about this tonight on tonight's show about his lawyer. Mr. Patrick, you got to be kidding me. There's no way you know what? I don't. There's no way you expect for us to believe that. Large bag of cash. Let me see something. Let's see if I can get it pulled up. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's start right here. A motion submitted. A bond hearing stated that shortly after Takeoff was killed on November the 1st, Patrick Clark applied for an expedited passport. He allegedly presented a Mexico bond itinerary to justify the rush request. Houston prosecutors used that information and the arrest record, which states that Clark was in possession of a large amount of cash when he was apprehended. And the judge asked the court to consider him a flight risk. Excuse me, the prosecutors did at first. They asked for $1 million bond. But then the judge set the bond for $2 million. And according to the Homicide Division, Sergeant Michael Burrow, I believe that's pronounced, not too many people answered text. Houston Police Department call for witness. Tech is going to be short for detective to come forward with information about Tech. They must be talking about Tech must be takeoff shooting. Takeoff shooting. And it's also saying that it took them some time to acquire that because of them not getting a lot of people to cooperate. The crime scene had to be reenacted in order for Houston Police Department to confirm any ballistics. And through that, they were able to come to the conclusion that he was the lethal shooter. So we ain't saying that he was the only person who shot him. Saying that's where the lethal shot come from. And Clark, who was reportedly known as DJ Pat in H-Town, which is Houston, was taken into custody in northeast Houston Thursday night, December the 1st. They also saying that if you ain't gonna come out directly and talk to them, they're gonna come out and they're gonna talk to you. And this is what we left with. Nobody really want to. As you can see, Quavo right here. See this guy in the white with the blue jeans. He was in every shot when they was arguing too. So I'm not even sure who he is, but he must be friendly. This is Mike Prince right here, the white hat. Down on the ground, his takeoff. Right after he got shot. Smigo Bands with one weapon. I believe Migo Bands was just pretty much just trying to defend him the best way that he could. Appreciate everybody who is on the chat, in the chat. But yo, it makes sense to this people out there. If he applied for an emergency pass, how could his lawyer argue and say that he knew he was going out of town for a vacation? And what is the emergency for? But you need an emergency for if you already knew you was going out of town. You just apply for the passport, or you would have had a passport, period, because you knew you was going out of town. Listen, Pat, I think you're guilty. We'll talk about more of this shit later on tonight. Dig a little bit deep.